even in any industry, we can look at the entertainment industry and go, I remember when they tried to put together the distribution network, and the people that ran the industry, they shut that down via the federal government, because Jay Prince, Suge, Dame Dash, and who was the last one? Irv Gotti, like them four. They tried to put together the distribution network for the hip hop. They shut it down. Every one of their doors got kicked in. Their offices got raided on the same day. They gonna know y'all not doing this.
But you gotta keep it all the way 100. Like you gotta keep it all the way 100 on that. I mean, you was going in. First of all, you going into business with Suge.
Right.
I mean, he was already a marked man. Like Irv Gotti was a marked man. Like he was, you know what I'm saying? These dudes was marked men. They was already on the Fed's radar because of the people and the things that they did. You know what I'm saying? Jay Prince was already on their radar. Dame Dash became on their radar once you started entwining with them, trying to make deals with doing things like that nature. Like, that you know, and those type of things, it's all about bubbling quiet and keeping it to yourself until it's ready to be to a level where you're ready to expose it to the masses. It can't be something that, you taking photo ops for and doing shit, because you got to understand what you're going up against. You know what I'm saying? That you got to go understand that you're going up against a giant, and this is how they get their money. This is how they get their money. The only thing that changed this giant now is the internet, because they can't stop the internet. So now the music industry they got to find ways to get their money before the internet, because you can get it for free on the internet, or you can just buy it and stream it. So now they're trying to get all these streaming companies, and everybody got a streaming company, and they want you to sign up with them to get streams from your phone, or however you want to do it. I mean, they had to find another way. Then then it started being more 50-50 deals and shit like that. They had to get more creative on how these record companies. That's why it's not a lot of them around. Now you can be independent because you don't need them. Right. You don't need them because you can distribute it yourself to Spotify, iTunes, Pandora, whoever else, Tidal, whoever else got it. You can get it to them without the help of a label. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I know what you're trying to say with that, with them trying to do that, but once again, you got to look at the cast of characters and be like,
right. I mean, it was a good idea. You know what I'm saying?
Great idea. It's a great idea. But actually, the people that was trying to do it was already
Michael Jackson wanted to
for those. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, when Mike started to wake up and wanted to be like he wanted this and that, by then it was too late. You know what I'm saying?
He was a rapper. Come on, they already had took Mike through the ringer. You know what I'm saying? They had brought him, they had dragged him into court. Prince, even him, they told him he couldn't use the name Prince. He had to sue. Like, he had to do mad stuff just to be able to use his. And Prince was on the internet. He was on the internet.
But you see how he did it, though. He was like, all right, then I just start going, since I can't use my name Prince to make money from, I just call myself the Symbol.
Yep.
He's still dropping albums, making money. They still couldn't stop his hustle.
Because he was on the internet.
You gotta know how to use your brain. You gotta use your brain. Like, okay, well, you own the name Prince, but you don't own me. I can still make music. I'll leave the name Prince and just be looked at as the Symbol. And that was that.
I respect this gangster, because he was taking subscription.
But that was why, to the point, that's what they had. That's why they had to be like, fuck it, let's do music. Because he was still making money. He was still making money as a Symbol. So he wasn't stopping his shit, because he was still able to sing his songs and do whatever the fuck he wanted to do, but he was just doing it as a Symbol. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's, once again, you got to use your brain. And a lot of these dudes just, they bring a lot of attention to themselves. They don't want to do shit, but you already hot and don't even know you hot. Like, you already hot
by association.
Yeah, you hot by who you associate with. You taking photos with this person, doing shit with this person. I mean, it just can't. You just can't be doing shit like that. Not when you're trying to get in to go up against a machine that's been running for eons and getting billions of dollars. Like that, what was that article the other day that came out? Somebody put how the record industry made billions of dollars in last year, whatever it was, and
Yeah.
the artists only made like, I don't even know how much kind of percentage it was, but it wasn't high.
The average artist make 12%. They make 12%. 12 cents on a dollar.
But I mean
on an average. You know, I'm not talking about the Beyoncés of the world that everybody see and those type of artists where they, you know, they probably their contract is a little higher, I'm sure, probably closer to the $1.50 range. You know what I'm saying? But there are many contracts, there are many artists out there when they sign their deals, besides getting a 360 deal. Because first of all, if you sign with a label now, you getting 360 then, period. Because they got to get money off of everything that you do, merchandise, shows.
No, they're not gonna sign you unless you got.
You need a following first.
Going on, and you got a following. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got a following. You got to have other shit you can do. You can act. You can write music. You can do other shit where they can market you to do shit so they can get their cut. Because the artist is still only making his money from shows. That's where they make their money. They're not making their money unless they write and produce the whole shit they sell.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And most of them, you know, that's not what they're doing. They still going. They may write the lyrics, but they're not going to produce the music. There's only a few of them that do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you get your money. You got to tour. You got to tour constantly. You got to do shows. But with you now, once again, you out there acting like an idiot, and then you want, you know, doing stupid shit. Now that fucks up your tour money. You know, now nobody wants you in their buildings. So it's like you know what I'm saying? You gotta be smart in what you're doing. Like a lot of these dudes just ain't smart. They doing it for instant fame, and that shit go away. And then when the shows go away, there's no more dough for you because you can't sell records. The records you really ain't getting no money off of that streaming or the records unless you just don't get you a good deal. And a lot of them ain't in a position to get no good deal, so they come in with their hand out. You know, so when you sign up with these cats, they still getting their bread, and you got to go out there and work to get your bread, which is the tour. You know, only you see the real artists, they on tour for 2-3 years, making sure they securing that bag. On
That's
2-3
right.
years,
Overseas,
they out there off of one album. Like shit, I'm gonna be out here for a year or two, just doing this album and putting songs out and making touring and going over, doing everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Got to go overseas. You got to do a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's your content, and you should own that shit. But we don't. Like, just the same thing with hip-hop. It's our shit, but we don't own the shit. So we getting fucked again. You know what I'm saying? Everything, even when we make shit, that's our shit, and we got to get paid, we try to get paid from it, we wind up selling our shit to the next motherfuckers, and then they controlling our shit and telling us what's good and what's not hip-hop and what is hip-hop and all this other shit. Like, the shit is crazy. So I mean, it's the music. I mean, that's why the game is where that. I mean, we fucked up, and dudes ain't gonna. You know what I'm saying? They ain't making no money. And these kids is following these cats, listening to their music like it's gospel, and that shit ain't gospel. A lot of these motherfuckers ain't doing half the shit they told you they doing. You know what I'm saying? They ain't doing that shit.
Right.
They ain't drinking no lean. They ain't drinking that shit. You know, a lot of them ain't doing that. They lying. And you know,
a lot of them went to school too. But they telling you they didn't.
Like I said, you have more than half of them motherfuckers went to college. Like, you know, like they tried their hand at college first. Some of them finished, some of them had dropped out when they got a deal, some dropped out to go chase the dream. But they touched the building. You know, they wasn't on the corner as, you know what I'm saying, like DMX, like, you know, he ain't touched no building. He was just doing what he do.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you got to, you know, that's another thing, like, you know, this with this music thing, like these cats, they sell their soul for that little bit of bread and gold. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it don't last long. It don't last long. It don't last long unless you create a niche for yourself in the game. And people like you, and they're going to continue to like you. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, a lot of these dudes, they just come with a song. By next year, you won't even know who the hell they are. Another motherfucker done replaced them with red hair and some other shit. And took their style.
right.
Now they the new motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that part ain't gonna never change. You know, that's always been, you know, how the industry has. You know, it's always been that way. You know, and that part is not gonna change.
And now when we was coming up.
No, I'm talking about the part. I'm talking about the part where when you lose your spot, like it just lasted longer back then. Like an artist could have a run for like 5 years before you even start talking about, oh man, I ain't really feeling him no more. Yo, I like this new cat that's out. Like you could get 5 years, you know, going on 10. Like the average artist could have a 10-year career, you know, starting from like 84, 85. Like he could last to like the 90s. Like KRS-One, he lasted, you know, from like 86. He came out with an album in 93, 94 to boom back, put him back on the map. You know what I'm saying? That was 7 years later. Like now he's out there now. He ain't making no music like that, but he got enough material to tour.
He got a bunch of shit that he touring off his old shit and
Exactly.
making overseas. Because that to them is bullshit. That's bullshit to them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they know the music is old, but to hear him come now and sing it, it's like brand new shit to them. So, right. You know what I'm saying? That's what but see, that's what I'm saying about. See, this is the thing. Just like how we talking about, like, yo, black people, like, once again, in our genre of music, which is hip hop, that's our shit, right?
Right.
We treat our artists, we treat our old artists like shit. But meanwhile, rock and roll motherfuckers is going still on world tours. These motherfuckers is 60 years old going on
Aerosmith, yeah, true.
Exactly. But motherfuckers is mad, you know, said Jay gonna be like 50 soon. And motherfuckers is like, yo, you know, but the funny shit is, he's still better than most of you motherfuckers. It's like, right. It's like that. You know what I'm saying? He's still better than you.
Jay, he's gonna be 49. Like he about to be 50 years old next year. Like, and he first of all, it's talent. If you can do it, you can do it. It's not like he playing ball, like you lose your athleticism and your skills and all of that, you know, like to do certain things. He's an MC who can rap. And he has some knowledge of self. So there are things that he can rap about that's gonna go over a lot of people's heads. Because they just not there. So yes, Jay-Z will be that way. He's one of them. There's a few of them that they can rap over.
Like Run DMC can still get out there. Running DMC can still get out there and perform. Tribe Called Quest, if they wanted to, they could do that.
Right.
De La Soul can do that. Public Enemy can do that. Like those type of iconic groups can do that type of shit. You know, like, I mean, Ice Cubes. I mean, it's a lot of dudes. Snoops. Right. A lot of them can do that. That's what they doing now. They touring overseas on festivals because people still want to see them. They want to hear them that music from then when they didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? But here, we treat them like they be like if Snoop be like, I'm going on world tour, he gonna have a whole bunch of. He may have to have a couple of new artists with him to sell out his arena, to sell out his. So unless he's doing small venues. If he's doing small venues, he's straight. But if he's trying to do arenas and shit like that, he's gonna have to add on one of them young boys that's hot to help sell.
He's gonna have to go on with Kendrick Lamar. He's gonna have to do a West Coast thing in order to sell out. And he might have to add on another. He might have to add like 2-3 cats. Because you see, even you do. Because even when you look at the when Drake go on tour, he have like 3 or 4 people with him. You know what I'm saying? Like they all collect. It's a Drake ticket, but he is the main headline.
That shit himself, though. He can sell that shit. Yeah. He can still sell that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying though, we treat our older MCs like shit. Like you ain't gonna see Cold Crush on tour. You ain't gonna see
right.
You ain't gonna see my man, what's his name? What's my man, Kool Moe Dee on tour?
Kool Moe Dee? Yeah, you need material too. Like Cold Crush Brothers made like a.
But I'm saying though, that's his living. I mean, these rock and rollers is living off their old shit. If Kool Moe Dee came out and was doing it and came to do a show, came out singing the Wild Wild West, these little motherfuckers will be looking at him like he fucking crazy. Like, what the fuck is that? They don't want to hear that shit. They ain't gonna come out to see that shit.
Well, Wild Wild West. Yeah.
That's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? That's you know what I'm saying? That's
the
just
truth,
real
though.
shit. That's the truth. Like they
come out
not
and
gonna
do one
respect
song.
that shit.
You got to come
Like,
out and do one song. That's it. Do Wild Wild West. How you like me now? You got to do that.
I'm saying though, somebody like, but then you have then you got somebody like Dougie Fresh. He come out beatbox and sing Lottie Dottie, and he good. He sing one or two songs.
He good.
And he's still getting booked for shows.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't made none. Dougie ain't made a new song in eons. He ain't made a song
since '87. That's
you know
30 years.
He ain't made an album on. I don't
like 30 years.
You know what I'm saying?
But
he owned all his shit. He owned all his shit, though. He owned his shit.
Well, then
that's the thing.
That's the thing that we need to be, keeping in the spotlight. That here's a guy. He made 1 or 2 albums. He on tour, but he owned all his stuff. You know what I'm saying? But he also flipped some of his bread. He had a couple of restaurants or whatever. Got a bowling alley. So he is an entrepreneur. Like that's what you got to do. But you're right though. In terms of hip hop, our legends, who we consider legends, we do not. I mean, collectively, we do not revere them the way that we should. You know what I'm saying? For a variety of reasons. Maybe you don't like. I don't understand how we do it. But like you said, rock and roll, they'll rock with their people. Aerosmith is God. They're a God. They're on Mount Rushmore.
Just look at the old R&B cats. If the Whispers, the Temptation, whoever, if they got on tour, that era of people is coming out to their shit.
They flocking it.
And it's going to be sold out. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, that era, the Whispers, the Temptations, like the Emotions, like all of those groups from back then, they could sell out because there's millions of black people who came up in the 70s, like Earth, Wind, and Fire. Like if they all went on tour, Frankie Beverly, you couldn't get a ticket straight like that. If they go to a venue that's under 20,000 people, you can't get a ticket because the people, our parents would be like, I'm going to a Frankie Beverly concert. Like talking about they was all on the same ticket. Because that's what you gotta promote now. You gotta if I was a promoter, I'll be trying to get these cats, y'all need to go on tour. People still want to hear y'all, even though y'all ain't make an album. Y'all have a platform. There are people that want to hear them. You know what I'm saying? But then it's the same thing in hip hop. If you're gonna do that type of show, like you gotta have like a Rakim, KRS-One, Mobb Deep, EPMD, like you gotta have them all on the same bill going someplace. You know what I'm saying? I know Jay-Z and different cats, they probably won't rock with that type of affair because they on some singular bread. So you got the dude that's at the top, like on LL Cool J, like them dudes ain't gonna go on tour with KRS-One, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, like they ain't going on tour with them because they over here in a whole nother lane. But in reality, they should all be on the same show going around the world and promoting hip-hop instead of complaining about it. You can't complain about what hip-hop is today and if you're not going to be still invested in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's unfair to the new cats that's coming up, that's trying. There are some good artists that are coming up, but there are so many bad artists that's what we focus on as a community, and we shouldn't. Because back then we had trash artists too.
Yeah, we had trash MCs.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's fair is fair. So let's promote the good. Promote the ones that's good, the ones that got talent. Go on tour, go around the world. But then, it's record labels involved. There's very few people that are independent and solo now to be able to control that bread. Because that's a distribution network in itself too. Do a pop-up shop. You got five of the legends. They drop albums and they keep it moving. That's tight. But you ain't gonna have nobody doing that. So they ain't gonna know how to promote that. Because I see Rakim, he on tour all the time. He be all over the place.
Yeah,
he don't do the best show. But he out there.
They out there, they still touring, they still doing their thing.
Yeah.
But it's just not the same kind of love though
Nah,
that other legends in other genre of music get.
it ain't gonna never be
That's
that.
what I'm,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
that's
Like,
sad because I'm glad you brought that up because, like you said, the Temptations and the Whispers, like, yo, I don't know what it is. It's a very good marketing thing that they do, but every time around Mother's Day, the Whispers throw a concert. Ladies out, man. I'm talking people my mother's age. You know what I'm saying? Yo, they be coming out. Take your mom to see the Whispers. You know what I mean? And we'll go out and we'll do that. So we have to have the same level mentality as those, you know, the people that are promoting those type of venues. But I guess I don't, you know, to get into that game, it's just different now, dog. You know, it ain't for everybody.
Everything is, you know, everything. Of course, everything has changed. It's different, and you know, you got to move with the times. But we still got to learn to take care of our own. You know what I'm saying? As far as our legends and making sure that they know that they, you know, we appreciate what they've done for the game, because they built this shit. So these new motherfuckers can come along and get on and build the next bridge for the next group that's coming behind them.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have the history of what it is, you know what I'm saying? And that's what's, you know, that's why we don't, for one, we don't even own our own shit. Like, this hip hop is our shit. Let's be clear. This is our shit, and we don't even own the shit. It came from the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The culture was built in the streets, you know, and like people just know only really one facet of hip hop. That's MCing. But there's more to hip hop than MCing. You know what I'm saying? It was dancing, it was graffiti, b-boy shit, clothes, you know, it was all kind of shit.
The fashion.
Hip hop is the culture. So it's not like it was just one facet, but the facet that could, you know, even DJing is a part of the culture. Like the DJ is not even instrumental to hip hop anymore. He just, you a producer. No, that motherfucker, the DJ was the motherfucker that kept the show popping. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of elements to the hip hop is gone. So, and once again, all we focusing on is the MCing part, and we've lost all the other parts. You know, and people, I mean, you gotta look, a lot of graffiti artists are all over the world. They're now renowned painters or whatever for other shit. Artists, even some of them, like selling in galleries, and that's dope. But how much attention do they get? Like, you'll get more attention for being a whack MC than being a dope artist in hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Which is crazy to me. That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, as a Kevin, just as a whole, as everything, like we on a whole, gotta figure out how to get our shit together, start being in more control of our own shit. Like the things that we built, we need to take control. Stop saying, well, we built them. No, you know, hip hop, we sold to them.